For you guys, what's one of your favorite time-saving tricks or secrets that you do to help you with your time now?
I've got a daily, like a weekly planner calendar, and then
Uh-huh.
try to write it out, for things to do and sort what I think is realistic. And then, yeah, I'm like, how
Okay.
did I think I was going to accomplish all that in one day? But
You're a little aggressive in your expectations, huh?
yeah,
Good. Okay. Anybody else?
I keep a calendar of classes and I follow that, but that means that other stuff doesn't get done.
Right.
Unless then it becomes a priority. It's like, oh, I haven't paid that bill. Rush, rush,
Right.
rush.
Now I have to do it, right?
Yes, yes. The deadline is here.
Yeah. So yeah, so when we think of time, time's made up of minutes and moments and a lot of numbers, right? We've got seconds and minutes and days and months and years. But there's one number that always resonates with me as I think about time, and it's this number right here. Anybody know what this number represents? It's the number of hours we have in a week. So it's 24 times 7. So it's the number of hours we have in a week. And for some reason, this number is not too big and not too small that I can kind of get my head around. But the way I think about it is every week, each of us is given 168 hours to use, abuse, waste, maximize, whatever we want. But the one thing about time that's unique about all of the resources in the world is it's the same for everybody. Nobody has more or less of the 168 hours as long as they're alive. You can't buy it, you can't save it, you can't store it, you can't trade it. It's just comes and goes. And if you're like me, you've had many nights where you've gone to bed and you put your head to the pillow and you think, I was busy today, but I'm not sure I got anything done. How well did I use these 24 hours today? And so I kind of look every week, how am I doing with the use of my 168 hours? And the older we get, the shorter number, the fewer number of 168s we have left, right? Because we're moving towards an older age. But this is just a number I use. So when I think about my 168 hours, I think about to maximize this so that I'm getting the most out of this, not in a productive only method, but in a way to really enjoy life and to get the most out of it and to make the best of those 160 hours. How would I kind of separate and divide up these things? And these are the 4 things I want to talk about today as it relates to becoming a time management expert. One is clarifying our values and priorities. We'll talk about that. I think that's the first step in all of this. And then distractions, which are a really big thing that we have in life. We live in a very noisy, crowded, distracting world. How do we deal with that? Because that really gobbles up our time and makes us unproductive with our time. Scheduling, I think most people don't know how to use a calendar well. I'm going to give you my secret on how to use a calendar. And then simplifying decision-making, because decision-making is a very big part of how our time is used, all right? So this is what we're gonna walk through here. So the first thing, it's really important that we clarify our values and priorities. Each of us has a different answer for this, or different answers for this. Sadly, most of us spend the early part of our life helping other people fulfill their values and priorities. And at some point we realize, that's not my priority. I want to give my time and energy to things that are important to me. Nothing wrong with helping other people, but until you set your own values and priorities, then you don't know what to say yes to and what to say no to. And you end up just doing whatever. And those 168 hours just kind of go by and you don't really accomplish what you want. So it's kind of funny, when we were younger, right? We thought sleep was a distraction. And as we get older, like, no, I need sleep. That's pretty important. When we were younger, we got lots more exercise and we didn't really need it. As we get older, we need a lot more exercise and we don't get it. It needs to be a priority. Relationships are very important. We know that for a relationship to be healthy, it takes a lot of effort and work. It needs to be a priority. I confess I've been too busy in life with lots of relationships, and the people closest to me suffered because I was too spread out and didn't make their relationship the biggest priority. And that's a problem. Friends, work, hobbies, all these things, whatever your priorities are, that's what's important to you. But what this does is it helps give clarity to you and to those around you about what you're going to say yes to and what you're going to say no to. So until somebody does this, it's really hard to be kind of in control of your time management. You're kind of just experiencing time. You're not managing time. The management of it comes when you know what your values and priorities are. And it changes, right? As we age, it changes. When we were younger, it was something. And middle age is another thing. As we get older, it's another thing. And it'll change again what those priorities are. And that's okay. But being clear about what they are is crucial to being able to kind of take control of our time. Any thoughts, comments, or questions on this point here? Anybody? I know you're still eating lunch, some of you, all of you. Your priority right now is eating. Barb, you got something?
Yeah, that, it's a good, clear list. Yeah, what to think about. So.
Yeah, right. And it can be more than one thing. It can't be everything. If it's everything, then it's not a priority, but it can be a couple things, what your priorities are, right? And even as you go through the day, right? Part of your day could be spent on doing something that's a priority, and then another part of the day could be something else. But if it's really clear, that's what you spend your time on. You don't try to do all of them at one time, because then we get nothing done. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so that's the values and priorities. Then we move over into this next category of distractions. And we have lots and lots of these. This list is not all inclusive for sure, but our phone, our computers, our technology, those can be really distracting. Every phone has notifications that want to ping, ding, ring, and sing at us and get our attention and make us use our technology when it wants us to use it. I want to use my phone when I want to use it, not when it wants me. So I leave off most notifications because I don't want it distracting me. We have friends that are distracting. We have family members that are distracting. TV can be distracting, right? It used to be you had to watch your show on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, and if you missed it, you missed it. Now they download the whole series, like all 12 episodes of a show at one time, and you just binge watch show after show, series after series. We've got so much content available to us that it could really be distracting. Social media can just suck time and use up our time real easy. Pets, we've got pets. We've got 2 dogs, but I'm not against pets. But every time you add another living being to your home, it's another mouth to feed, another body to keep clean. So it takes time, and you got to take care of them. So, some people have like too many pets. I think that's all they do is take care of pets. But all right, housework, laziness, overwhelm, lack of purpose, lack of focus. What's FOMO? Anybody know what FOMO is?
Fear of missing out.
Yes, fear of missing out.
Oh, really?
This is a kind of a phenomena that is out there. And what it does, it comes in a couple different ways. One, it could be this fear that some better offer is going to come along. And so you're hesitant to commit to something because if you commit to something early and something better comes along, you can't get out of it. So you don't commit to anything. So that kind of leaves you kind of frozen, not doing much. Or you got so many options that you can't make a decision because we get overwhelmed. We have too many options. So these become distractions, right? You got too many great options. They're not even bad options. They're just all good options. But because there's too many, you don't want to make the wrong choice. So you don't do anything and you are distracted.